I tread through frost-bitten valleys, where the echoes of my own agony are the only choir I know. The iron weight of a heart that strayed into the mist drags behind me, carving furrows in the frozen earth. My hands are empty, my palms scarred by the things I tried to hold on to instead of you. I watch my face shatter like brittle ice upon the ground, falling into the silence of 1,000 unspoken prayers. Yet even in that deafening void I felt a vibration, a steady pulse of a voice calling me out from the shadows. It was never the strength of my sword arm or the purity of my spirit that drew you near. Your gaze pierced through the thickest pines and the deepest caves where I cowered, hiding from the light of your face. And the moment I felt the heavens turn to stone and let me fall, you stepped into the starless night. You reached through the darkness and whispered, "My child, the hearth is lit, come home." The world shouted my failures, trying to brand my soul with the marks of my shame. They claimed the wreckage of my past was the only name I would ever own. But you waded into a battle I was too broken to fight alone, standing between me and the abyss. With the touch of grace, you turned the cold ashes of my life into a masterpiece of fire and gold. Right there in the dark, when my tongue was tied by guilt, your voice shattered the silence. You still belong to me. Still belong to me. I fled into the wilderness, convinced that exile was the mercy I deserved. I thought if I ran far enough, your love would eventually tire and turn back. But your love didn't waver, it only pulled its cloak tighter and followed me closer through the storm. You didn't meet me with an accusation or a list of my debts. Instead, you threw open your arms, a sanctuary against the gale, and said, "I came specifically for the one who was lost." If the winds of time ever cause my soul to forget the shape of your mercy, drag me back to that rugged hill where the wood met the sky and your love finally broke through. Every scar on your hands and every wound on your brows spoke a truth louder than my deepest pain. It said I was chosen, written into your story long before I even knew the sound of your name. It wasn't the luck or the draw or a trick or the gods, it was a grace that roared louder than my own resistance. When your light finally struck the iron around my wrist, my chains didn't just break, they dissolved. What I thought was my funeral was actually the day I was given a new name. I am the living proof of a crimson tide that washed away the man I used to be. Hell has lost its claim, and the shadows have lost their power. For the cross was not the end of the journey, it was the anvil where I was forged anew.